Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa ashabi ajmain. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Islam and the state. Let's continue discussing about it. Now, let's talk about the community. All promises, those of you who believe and do righteous deeds, that he shall make them caliph in the earth. Allah shall make them his successor in the earth. To origin, as already mentioned, Islam, meaning submission to the will of Allah, to the will of God, is as old as universe itself. And for man, it is as old as the first man that appeared on earth. It was Islam that was the theme of the message of all the messengers of Allah, though it was in different shapes and languages. And it was the community of Muslims which they all raised. These communities were not intended to become hostile groups against one another or put men against men. Exploitation de l'homme par l'homme. They were meant to serve as nucleuses of virtue and goodness and to lead mankind to the right path. These communities deteriorated one after the other, forgetting the aim and the essence of the religion. These communities deteriorated one after the other, forgetting the aim and the essence of the religion. They mistook their salvation in the praise and worship of the messengers of their religion and in declaring all others false. They limited their religion to a few ceremonies and freed themselves to do whatever they like. They misinterpreted the book of Allah to suit their fancies and added their own writings to it. They were then confused and could not differentiate between truth and falsehood. Brothers and sisters all over the world, the Prophet Muhammad appears. Thus marked the humanity till the time it reached an intellectual level whence it could fully perceive Allah's message and preserve it in letter and spirit. It was now capable to see bigger horizon and appreciate the ultimate goal clearly. At this stage, the last messenger of Allah, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, appeared with the final book of Allah, containing clear, unambiguous, well explained message in which the Almighty directly addressed mankind so that it should become an ever glittering light for all times to come. Spoon feeding of the child now to stop, and the adult was to find his own way under the light of the torch provided. The institution of the prophethood was closed, being no longer required. We gave the Bani Israel, children of Israel, the book, the kingdom, and the prophethood, and we provided them of good things and exalted them above all people. And we gave them the clear signs of the affair. Yet they differed only after the knowledge had come to them, being rebellions to one another. Your Rob, Lord, shall decide between them on the day of resurrections in what they differed. Now we have set you on a defined path of the affair. So follow it, and follow not the caprices of those who have no knowledge. Al Quran, Surah 45, verse 16 to 18. It was 610 after Christ when Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam called his people to Allah, the true God, their creator, a people submerged in tradition of their forefathers with a life without purpose opposed him. The opposition increased with time, so much so that after 5 years, a batch of 100 Muslims had to migrate to Abyssinia, and after 7 years' movement of the Prophet and his family were restricted to a nearby place where he stayed for 3 years. Their persecution continued till after 13 years. Muslims found refuge and helpers in the city of Medina, long time ago called Yasrib. Allah Muslims, Allah ordered all Muslims to immigrate to Medina to gather their strength and meet the Meccan's hostility effectively so as to end the persecution. Soon after, the two sides met in the battlefields till 8 years after Makkah was peacefully captured. The whole Arab was then under the sway of Islam. Forces of Islam then moved out to destroy idolatry and dethrone people of the book. Muslims succeeded invariably. The defeated people soon saw the light and joined the religion of Allah as brother and sharers of kingdom, all in the service of Allah. The diehard rejectees were granted peace on payment of compensatory tax. Unity of mankind was near its fulfillment. When this last community of Muslims also showed deterioration and turned toward the pleasures of life, 3 centuries after the Holy Prophet, their progress came to halt. Spread of Islam then force was due to the force of its truth or example set by Allah fearing persons, by good person, by good doers person. May Allah always bless you wherever you are. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.